Live. Hello, Eddie. My co-host, Eddie. That's my co-host.
Get out of here.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, anything going on?
Let's see.
What's happening?
I got this jade roller.
Yeah, good. So that's exciting for the last week. Yeah.
Yep.
That's good.
Got a touchless thermometer on the way.
Oh, good. Really setting yourself up for these days.
I don't know. Have you been calling your congressmen and women?
I haven't done calls, but I've done all the texting and
Yeah.
yeah. But why? What are you talking about? I don't know why.
I don't know, guys, if you have been watching the news or been awake the past
5-6 days. Yeah. Welcome to CNC and Coffee.
I'm drinking water today, by the way. I always drink this.
Why?
But I had so many carbs yesterday. For each, I had a fried chicken sandwich.
Oh.
I made these pastry things over Thanksgiving that I had frozen, and I ate that. And then I made a bean and cheese. It was all carbs. So I just
you might need it right now. Good morning, Christopher Ost.
Hey.
Look at your beautiful dog. He's so beautiful.
Oh, look at those eyes.
I am using it was one of my Christmas gifts. A little massager.
Great.
Shiatsu neck massager. I kind of wish this wasn't part of it, but I guess it is. I felt the need to relax a little. I don't know why. Just feeling like I need a massage.
Oh my God. That is I cannot wait to have massages again. I know that sounds very,
First world
it's not
problems.
It's not a great problem to have, but it's, it is good.
I think there's a lot of people who can relate. And not to mention, there are a lot of massage therapists that are out of work right now.
Yes,
so
I will give
fair.
all my money as soon as I can.
I'm not even someone who really loves massages because I don't really love them. I like a foot massage, but even that, I don't like the laying there for that long. It drives me, kind of drives me a little insane. And what drives me more insane is spa music. Can't stand it.
See,
I can't stand the spa music.
People just touching me, I'm done.
Oh, see, not me. That's what does it. Okay, all right, I know you're doing your job, but and it's not to say it doesn't feel good. Yeah.
There was an insurrection. We're trying to find the positive.
Yeah.
There's a coup attempt on the what?
On what? Really?
On government, and it's.
I didn't hear about this.
One of the most disturbing things I've watched. I was saying, it felt like when 9/11 happened, and you're just sitting there watching the news, going, "What?"
Yeah.
It couldn't even process. I don't know if I still have.
It's hard to process when it's kind of still. There's no resolution that's sort of still happening. They're still planning, and all of that. There's a lot of all the talk is, well, you supported the BLM protests. But protests. We supported protests. We didn't. Nobody supported rioting and looting. Nobody supported that part of it. We supported BLM protests.
Because
not go to the Capitol with the intent of finding representatives and taking them. And who knows? So it's different. It is different. And if you think it's the same,
because Black Lives Matters,
you're wrong.
We're protesting the killing and murders of Black men and women in this country, and the inequality. Just because your guy lost doesn't mean you get to do what you did.
Right.
Just because you lost.
Also, it's our capital. It's our capital. It's not my heart goes out to all of the shops that were hurt in the protests, all of those businesses. Definitely. My heart goes out to all of them. But they weren't our capital. And that is, when you're trying to compare, this is not the same. It really is not the same. And if you think it is, you have privilege beyond my perception. Because it's just not the same.
Blind eye and being complicit,
obviously,
not really wanting to. And people died. People died at this thing, and people died because of years and years of their representatives lying to them and the president lying to them. And stirring up all of these crazy conspiracy theories and stuff like that. No one. I can't even wrap my head around it.
No, and that's not to say we didn't all know it was coming.
Right.
We knew it was coming.
Right.
We knew it was coming. But if we all knew it was coming, why did it happen? That's the other question.
There's a lot of questions that are going to have to be brought up. And I know,
and they will be.
The Congress is bringing articles of impeachment to the floor today. So, how any of these people are still in office 5 days later? I don't understand it.
I know. When everybody says there's two sides, there's a great, I guess you would call it a meme because it's just I don't know, it's just writing. Whenever anybody says that, there's two sides to every story. Yeah, there are two sides, but in this case, one of them is wrong. It's this meme going around that's, if you look to your right and you see somebody wearing a 6MWE t-shirt,
disgusting.
You're on the wrong side. If you look to your left and you see somebody with some other Nazi symbolism or Confederate flag, you're on the wrong side. So that's a great barometer. Look around you. Who is supporting the things that you're supporting right now? And that's a great way to tell what side of history you're on.
And just
it'll all come out.
Yeah, and just to bring this up, because this is the Republican Party likes to constantly we're the party of Lincoln, the party of Reagan, the party of Lincoln. When Lincoln got into office, those who stood by with the Confederates were expelled from office. Representatives that stood by and still supported the the Confederacy were ousted.
Yep. So
this is not the same.
This is not the same party. It's not the same party. It's not the same party of 20 years ago. It's not the same party of 10 years ago. It's not the same party of 4 years ago.
I would argue that this has been building since Reagan.
For sure. I wouldn't argue with you on that. That's, definitely has been building, but it's still, you see, the last 4 years, it's been accelerating, let's say.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
So anyway, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our second CNC coffee. There's just go ahead.
No, I was just going to say too, I was just going to bring it up too, because this is gone on in our own little circle of friends or whatever. But, I think we all came into the new year with intentions of doing things like dry January and this and that. And fuck it all. Fuck it all, guys. If you can't do dry January, don't do it. If you can't,
take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself. Taking care of yourself means having a glass of wine with dinner or a gummy at night. Whatever. Take care of yourself. It's okay. You're going to be okay. I mean, take care of yourself in other positive ways, working out and taking a walk or whatever.
But picking up meth, then I would
maybe let's draw lines. But don't hurt yourself. That's not taking care of yourself. That's hurting yourself. So don't hurt yourself, but take care of yourself and don't make yourself feel guilty. That shame spiral that we do, don't do that to yourselves. It's really important right now. Beer with breakfast, that works too, Chris. Are you putting the beer in your cereal? Because I remember seeing people do that.
Have you had beer mocha?
No, I haven't.
It's delicious.
I mean, I guess it's sort of the equivalent of doing what do we call them? Chelada. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's kind of like a beer Bloody Mary, right?
Or what are those things like the shandies? Shanties?
Oh, it's shandy. Yeah, shandy.
Shandy.
Those are good. Yeah, beer and lemonade. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm on board.
Yeah.
I'm on board with those. Yeah, so take care of yourselves. You know what? There's time. We're still home. We're still home, and should be home for the most of us. Some people have to go out to their jobs. They have to go, and I totally respect that. But if you don't have to go out to your jobs, just stay home. Take care of yourself. Try to be as productive as possible, but don't guilt yourself at this point. This time, this is a tough time for everybody, and I know it's tough for everyone. So, we had to address it's we can't just let pretend nothing's happening, obviously, because it's affecting us. So sorry if if it's not the positive morning show, but I do have a few silly things that we can talk about. All right. First of all, now this kind of goes in the bummer category, but it's still silly. That is every year there has been, since 2002, I think, has been the no pants subway ride.
Oh, yeah.
Every year. Yeah. So you see pictures floating around of that every year. No pants. People actually go on the subway with no pants. That's been canceled this year.
I was going to say, can you?
Yeah, it's canceled this year. So that goes in the bummer category, but still kind of funny, that it's even a thing.
Like, just wear a mask, guys.
Yeah.
Still happens,
just a mask. Just a mask. And then in Massachusetts, there was a mystery llama wandering around in the city, in a town in Massachusetts. Mystery llama. That's what the headline was. Mystery llama found wandering loose in Massachusetts.
Oh, llama.
Police are trying to figure out where this llama came from. Nobody's claimed this llama yet, unless it's happened since I looked. A mystery llama.
We used to live in Grand Prairie, Texas, which is it's not a farm town. It's a suburb of Dallas. But on our way to school, we would always drive by this house that had a bunch of llamas, like a ton of llamas. And they're like, it was an enormous place in an enormous yard, but they always had a llama, and they always had a turkey for a couple months until November.
Yeah. I wonder what happened. What happened to that turkey? I have no idea where this llama came from. But also in weird animal news, the police were called to a McDonald's in New Jersey because they said there was a flock of chickens harassing and chasing the customers. A flock of chickens harassing. The police got there. There were 2 chickens harassing and chasing the customers. 2. That was what somebody called a flock. 2 chickens.
Were like, it's a free country, man. It's a free country. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Protesting the nuggets.
I think they were just, exactly. They were protesting. And apparently they were pecking at tires. In New Jersey. So, to have been able to witness that.
Oh my God! I know. Was there video or anything?
KFC sent them. Yes, Chris. You may be right. Trying to steal customers? Is that what it was? Maybe like people saw the chickens and went, hey, wait, maybe I'm KFC. I couldn't get it together to like pull up video or anything today.
I just wonder
Sorry.
if somebody has video of the crazy chickens. That's amazing.
It'll be funny. If I find it, we'll post it. You may notice it's still Christmas here.
Yeah. Leave it up all year. Leave it till you get your vaccine, so then you can celebrate. That's so good news.
It'll probably be Christmas again.
Yeah. But I am seeing more and more people. My cousin was able to get the vaccine.
Great.
My sister Amy got the vaccine.
Is this your cousin who also had COVID?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well,
Good.
her husband is paraplegic, quadriplegic.
Quadriplegic.
And so she's registered as because she's his healthcare worker. So, and she's registered in the state of Oregon, so she was able to get they were all be able to get the vaccine in Group 1A. So,
yay! And you said your sister?
My sister Amy got one. Yeah,
great.
She works for TSA, so she had her first round. I think it was yesterday at 4:30.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So
4:30 a.m.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Because it's also in the state of Texas, there, like anywhere else, the rollout is not going great, and so if it is offered to you, it's still hard. If you're able to get it, if you're in the right group, it's still hard to find a place to get it. So it's at a place at 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, fine. Fine.
Yeah.
Any other? This might disappear by next week, though. The Christmas stuff.
It's driving me crazy.
It's starting to drive me crazy. It gets a little. I start to feel like the walls are closing in, and maybe especially now. But I think it's going to start. It'll start. The process will start.
Well, we got to also see, I think this was very lucky, we got to watch David Bowie's musical, and I think any other time it would have cost a lot of money to see on Broadway, and we were able to get an affordable ticket, and it's not the same as watching it live, but it was still like such a cool production to watch, and I loved the staging, I loved,
I did too, and I know that critics were, we kept saying things, critics sort of baffled by this production. It wasn't that baffling. It's abstract. It's very Bowie.
It's abstract. It's surreal. It just I don't know.
I think it was really cool.
Yeah.
I think it was really cool.
And like I said, like that last number, Heroes, I was just a mess. It was just so beautiful to me. Yeah.
Really beautiful. I thought it was I had been, dying to see it. We actually were in New York when it was showing, when it was playing there before Bowie died. We were there right before he died. And we had tickets to other things. We were only there a couple days, didn't get to see it. But of course, it's one of my biggest regrets, not being able to see it live. But so this was great to be able to actually see the production, because I had no idea. I knew that his music was in it, but I didn't really know anything else about it. So I really enjoyed it. I know a lot of people didn't enjoy that show, but I loved it. I thought it was great. It was special. It's special, and it's when you realize a dying man was writing it. He found out, I think, as he was writing it.
Yeah, well, they were stopping.
While they were working on it, and it is, it's totally a man coming to grips with death.
It reminded me of watching all that jazz, and I said this, the person I was watching it with, I was like, it reminds me of all that jazz, and knowing that Fosse basically died in the exact same way that he filmed. It was, like you watch it now, and you're like, oof.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of another weird, it has its weird surreal abstractness as well. Whole Jessica Lange angel thing, Oh, yeah. I mean, really, how boring would it be to just be like, I'm dying, so I'm struggling. I mean, I think they're great. It's great creative ways of storytelling, but each his own, right? And I think we're Bowie fans anyway, so I was going to love it no matter what. But even Bowie fans did not love it, but I'll watch anything of his, obviously. And then there was the concert, the Just for One Day concert, which I actually didn't get to see all of because it conflicted once they postponed it. I was hearing some not so great things about it, though. I heard there were a few good performances. Maybe we'll see those posted somewhere. But yeah, kind of a shame. But in any case, celebrating this man who it's still hard to believe he is not alive. Anniversary was yesterday,
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's right. He died 3 days after his birthday. 3 days, 2 days. 3 days. 2 days. But yeah, celebrating somebody like that who throughout his life, his mission was just to be him, whatever that was at that moment. And that's that's something that I would love to have learned back in my youth, like just fuck it. Just do it. Do what you feel, Don't do what everybody else feels like you should be doing. Do what you feel, and it worked for him. That's for sure. I do recommend looking up I know you've seen this, I think you've seen it, the very crazy, likely Coke-fueled medley between Cher and David Bowie.
Oh, yeah.
It's insane. They do like 100 songs. They do like 100 songs in, 3 minutes, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's crazy. So just for a laugh, go look that up. That'll take your mind off things at this point, which we all kind of need, I think.
I mean, I think all of us have to, we have to work and stuff like that today, but I'm just going to be glued to what the heck Congress is, what's happening in Congress today. So
I don't think I can be glued. I'll check in. I get a little too much. It's a little too much for me to be glued to it. I can't do it. I'll check in though.
That's
I
probably
can't watch
smarter.
it all. It's the way I have to do it. Tess.
Yeah.
Tess. Yes, Tess. I agree. It is nutballs. Now, I'm not sure if you're talking about the situation now or Lazarus, but maybe I think you're talking about the situation now. Either way, yes.
Yeah, I don't think Lazarus was quite as enjoyed by my pandemic pal.
Oh.
At one point,
Again,
he was
to each his own.
crying. I was like,
Oh, I was a mess. Opening number, dead. Ironically. Yeah, you kidding? Opening number. And by the way, I had no idea Michael C. Hall could, that's the best Bowie I've ever seen.
sing Bowie.
Sorry, apologies to my husband who has done Bowie.
Wow.
But that was a great, it was a very great likeness.
Sounds great. It's not easy to sing his songs because he has such a unique voice. And
oh, Cher. Tess was talking about Cher. Yes. Thank you for clarifying.
Numbers.
Cher throughout the 70s, let's say, is nutballs.
Yes.
I would just say that is the entire 70s. It was in the 80s she did, when she moved on to Moonstruck, it's a little bit different. But 70s, yeah.
She did the whole West Side Story thing. I don't know if you've seen her West Side Story.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's so great. She's like, when you're a jet all the way. You're like,
well, good. I'm going to look that one up because that'll do it. That'll help. All right. I guess we should get started with our week. This Friday, very fun. Oh, yeah. We're back with our CNC in conversation this Friday night. And we have a great guest. I'm very excited. Two guests. We have Jay and Sandy Johnson. Sandy was part of so many in the mostly like late 70s, 80s. You see her in variety shows and she's a dancer. She's so, I love watching her when I can catch a clip with her, and other things. But I love seeing those little bits of her. And then Jay Johnson is he's the best ventriloquist ever.
Yes,
just the best. Tony Award winning, by the way.
Yes.
So that's this Friday night at 7 p.m. Pacific. Tune into that. Live streamed. Hi, Eddie. And then, we'll be here again next Monday. We'll see what the world's like at that point.
See how many carbs I'll consume this week.
Yeah, I'm gonna forgive myself if I gain 10 pounds during this period.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is. And the rest of you, again, take care of yourselves. Do something nice for yourself. Do something nice for someone else. Yes, I'm going to get my massager back on here. We'll see you guys on Friday, 7 p.m. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye. Bye.